Welcome to another episode of Kai's Tech. Today I'm going through all my old phones, from my first one to my most recent phone. But first I'm going to give one honorable mention about a cell phone that I have my latest memories about. It's the most toughest, the best looking, it's the most godlike phone that is ever made. And it's the most memed phone that is ever made. And of course I'm talking about the good old sexy Nokia 3310. Would you just look at this beast? It's so beautiful. Buttons. Yeah, it has everything you ever could want from a cell phone. And this is built like a tank. This is indestructible. I believe that if I put this phone on a charge, it will turn on. So let's go try it, shall we? So let's give it a try if this starts. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some kind of living in this phone. Kinda, even though it says contact service. I don't know, is that a good thing or a bad thing? But well, this phone hasn't been used at least for 15 years, so I think it's pretty good even though it goes here. Maybe this phone is still savable. Of course, my first cell phone memories are about the good old 3310, or as we say it in Finland, Nokia 330. Because it has a really nice game, Snake 2, and of course, Space Impact. Those were gold age of phone games. And you were also able to make your own ringtone in a 3310. And that was high tech back in the time. Of course, 6-year-old me was really excited about the games and ringtones that you could make with a phone. That was just a really big thing back then. That's enough about the 3310. Let's go to the main subject of this video. I think that I made small kind of treason when I got my first phone, because it wasn't a Nokia in Finland. What does that mean? But anyway, my first phone was this, a Siemens C60. Yeah, Siemens have made phones. I got this phone from my sister, so it was used, so maybe my treason wasn't that big. Maybe my sister or my parents made the treason. I don't know. But yeah, this phone was announced in 2003. I think I was 6 years old when I got this, or 7. I think that I started elementary when I got this phone. Of course, I got this cell phone just to make sure that I'm okay, that my parents could call me after I go to home from school, or that I wasn't kidnapped or something. Yeah, just to make sure that I'm okay with everything. That's why I got the phone in really young age. But I think in Finland, every kid has a phone in really young age. It's just a thing. There is a 2 game in this beast, Stack Attack 2 and Move the Box. They were really nice games. It had colors and everything, things like that weren't so obvious back in the day. They were great games. I remember playing them a lot. Even though I didn't know what was happening, I didn't know how to speak English back then, so I was just doing something. But at least I tried, and I enjoyed the gaming with the phone. So yeah. But there was one really big problem about this phone, and it was the charging port. It wasn't the same as in Nokia phones. So you couldn't charge this anywhere because everyone else in Finland had Nokia phones, and so they had a Nokia chargers, not the Siemens own charger. At least the battery life is really good in this phone. The battery lasts for a couple of days without charging, and I wasn't away from home that much that it would have mattered at all. So yeah, I think this was pretty good first phone for a child, especially for a child like me. But well, I think that's enough about C60. Let's go to the next one. So, the first phone that was bought to me by my parents were this Nokia 6125. It's a flip phone. Really nice. My family bought 3 of these phones. One to me, one to my brother, so I have two of these, and one to my mother. My mother's Nokia 6125 was color bronze or copper. Can't really remember which one was it. Me and my brother had the silver ones. These were really nice phones. They lasted really long. It had big buttons, pretty big screen, at least back in the time. Actually, it has 2 screens. And of course, the phone had one camera on it. So yeah, it had almost everything that you could ask back in the day. The only flaw about this phone basically was that it doesn't have 3.5mm headphone jack. But I think there wasn't that many phones in 2006 that had headphone jacks on it. The Nokia had its own kind of headphone jack. It's a golden thing. I think I was on the 3rd grade in elementary school when I got this 6125, and I really liked it. The games were great. This phone has a SD memory card slot, so you could put music on it. Of course, you have to get your music by Bluetooth from your friends, because, well, kids didn't know how to download music from internet back then. And if they did download the music from internet, it was most likely illegal. The game in this phone were Snake 3 and Rally 3D. Those were really nice games, especially the Rally one. A rally game in a cell phone. What a time to be alive. In 2006, of course. I used this phone 4 to 5 years. And I use it also as a backup phone when my next phone broke or was unusable. So then I went back to this. Good old Nokia 6125. It's really sad that the battery is pretty swollen, so I don't have guts to charge this phone. It might even explode or just make some kind of other problem, so I think it's just best to leave it that way and not charge it. But yeah, that's about it. Let's go to the next phone. Would you just love the sound when you close the flip phone? Oh, that brings some memories. So, the phone that I got after 6125 was this Nokia 6700S, or was it S? Yeah, a Nokia 6700S. It's a slide phone. Another really nice thing that was back in the day. Flip phone or a slide phone. then you were in the game. What game? I don't know what kind of game, but you were in the game. Of course, I always wanted a slide phone. Many of my friends and my sister had one, so I had to get one too, of course. But well, this wasn't that good phone. The best selling points for this phone were actually the camera. It is really big. And it was really good. This was supposed to be like a camera and a cell phone at the same time. It even has a camera shooter on it. The camera is from Carl Zeiss, or yeah, the same brand that is still making cameras for smartphones. At least they make for Sony and Nokia. They are still making cameras for a Nokia phone, and I think that's pretty nice. It also had a selfie camera on it. It's really small. I don't know were you able to really take pictures with it, but you had a selfie camera, and that was a big thing back in the days. It had a headphone jack, and I think that was then another selling point for me. Or was it the slide thing? Maybe actually there was a 3 selling points for me. A good camera, a slide phone, and the headphone jack. Only thing is that this headphone jack was 2.5mm, not 3.5mm. Even though the most headphones were or are with a 3.5mm cable. So I had to use an adapter to use my headphones, and that was annoying. The adapter were also pretty big. It just wasn't a little knob. It was like this size, 1 to 2 centimeters. That was too big. It was at least for a phone like this that is really small itself. An adapter is 1/5 of its size. Not nice. Not nice at all. And the 2.5mm headphone jack, I think it even broke. The build quality in this phone was really bad. The back cover didn't stay on, and I had to put a piece of paper between the phone's case and a battery that it stays on its place. I don't know, did this drop or did I sit on it or what, but compared to the good old 3310 that is built like a tank and can't be killed, this was really bad. I had to go back to my 6125 after this broke. I only used it for like 1 year. This phone was announced in 2009 and it was released in 2010, so maybe I got it then. I think I was on 7th grade or 8th grade when I got it. No, 7th grade, must be. But well, yeah, this phone was big disappointment to me. Even though it looks pretty nice and had a nice battery. And even micro USB on the top that you could transfer your picture from a phone to a computer. A pretty sad one. This has been the worst phone experiment for me in my daily drivers. I can tell you that. At least I don't have to use this phone anymore. But it was a great phone, long as it lasted. So next phone on my list is my first smartphone, and that will be one and only Samsung Galaxy S2. This is really nice phone, and it was the top of the tier phone back in the days when I got it, and I got it in 2014 as a Christmas present. And yeah, I really loved this phone. It had power to do anything back in the days, and it had really nice camera, 3.5mm headphone jack, a selfie camera, and everything about it was really good. I was able to scroll my Facebook. Yeah, actually Facebook was only social media platform back then. At least for platforms that I used to use. Yeah, that's it. And this phone could handle every game that you throw at it. It just handled the Fruit Ninja and Angry Birds and other great games like that. Just like that. It didn't struggle at all with them. This was really powerful. And you could take good enough pictures to put on Facebook or any social medias. After a while of using, of course, the Instagram and WhatsApp and Snapchat came along. Oh wait, did I use Snapchat when I got this? I don't know. But anyways, there was zero flaws in this phone. And it even has removable backplate or back cover. I don't know which one is it. But anyways, and you were able to change your battery in matter of seconds if you wanted to or needed to. This battery still looks pretty good in my opinion. I don't know, is it really smart to charge it, but let's give it a try. So let's give Galaxy S2 a try. If this turns on. Looking nice. Oh, really nice. Huh. It works. And I don't remember my code. RIP. Well, yeah, the phone is functional. And now the battery is gone. I only charge it for like a minute or two, so no big deal. I really think that the Galaxy S2, it didn't have any flaws in it. I think that the Galaxy S2 wasn't lacking in any features that could ask for a phone. It had everything you could ask. And it was really nice phone. Samsung Galaxy S2 was really well built. It didn't have any flaws on it. Still is rock solid. And many of my friends also have had this phone and no one didn't have any kind of problems with it. This is a full 10 phone. At least back in the days. Maybe not now, but back in the days. Like everything in this video is about back in the days. I really love this phone. But that's about this phone. That's enough information. Yeah. So let's get to the next one. The phone that I bought after the S2 is this Sony Xperia Z2. And well, I think I was lucky and I had really one copy of this. I really liked this phone. Many of people who bought this didn't really like this phone. They had really bad ones, but I think this was really solid phone. in my opinion, of course. The selling points of this phone for me were the slow motion capture in videos, the IP68 rating, or was it IP65 or 58? Can't remember now. But some kind of water resistant it has. And of course, because it's a Sony, it does have really good camera on it. Look at it. And don't mind the phone case. This is just because I kind of dropped it on a rock floor, so it shattered. I just keep the old case that the glass won't get everywhere. It isn't nice to step on a glass and take it off your feet after that. It's a one big struggle. So yeah, as you saw from the shadows, this phone has a glass backplate and a glass front, aluminium body. It felt really premium, I can tell you that. Of course, this phone had some issues with it, like the hatches on the side. I didn't really like the hatch thing on the phone. Especially when in Sony there is only one hatch on the left side that has SIM card slot and a charging port. And of course you had to open and close it all the time when you charge your phone. I don't think it's necessary to SIM card to breathe air. It doesn't leave, it doesn't breathe, it's just a card. But the hatch is pretty smart on the right side of the phone, because there is the micro SD slot, and that is pretty decent. But that is just stupid when you have charging port behind a hatch. Doesn't make any sense. Would be better just in the bottom or the top of the phone. But yeah, the hatches was supposed to make it more water resistant, so that's why this phone has them. It isn't that stupid, but it's stupid still. But I really love this phone. It was powerful, I could handle. I didn't game that much with a smartphone anymore, so another problem of this phone didn't bother me that much. This phone was hot. It could really easily overheat, especially when you take slow motion capture or you take 4K videos or played a lot. This phone got hot. So hot that even might have shut it down automatically to cool down. And that was really bad. If you were taking videos in some kind of event and then your phone just dies because of the heat. Not cool. But at least it recovered every time. This phone has a 3.5mm headphone jack, a notification light. I think that's really nice. At least nice to have, not necessary, but nice to have. The camera was good. Speakers were good. I love this phone. I really did. And the color in this purple especially. I love the color. I was a little bit of Nissan Skyline fan back then, and I loved the midnight purple color, and this was pretty close to it. So that's why I took this one. Really love it. But many of my friends that had the same phone didn't like this at all. They had really many problems with the overheating, with the software. And yeah, they just had problems. But I think that this was a really good phone. Even though it was pretty expensive, it was just good. I loved it. I bought it with my summer job money. Yeah, I got the phone in summer 2014. I I was 17 years old back then. Yeah. And I used this phone to the end of 2017. It really served me well. Just gonna quickly try if the Sony Xperia Z2 turns on after all these years. At least it takes a really long time to start up. Oh, it made a sound. And it turned on. Nice. Oh, did turn on. Really nice. Also works pretty well, I think. Really nice, really nice. Really nice one, Sony. It still works. I think I could use this if I don't have any other choices. So if you got a good copy, you had a really good phone. If you had a bad copy, then you had a bad phone. So maybe there is like 50-50 chance which one you had. But I had a good copy and I really like this phone. But I think that's enough of this phone, so let's go to the next one. So, the last phone in this video will be my most recent daily driver that I'm still using until I get my phone cases for my next phone that has arrived like a week ago, but I don't have guts to use it before I get my phone case. I don't want that my new phone breaks immediately when I start to use it or even scratch it. So, the next phone on this list is Nokia 8. I have really enjoyed this phone. Even though Nokia has had some issues with its reputation, at least in the smartphones because of the Lumia era and the Microsoft era, it made really bad for Nokia. Just really bad. But this is a really good phone. The Nokia 8. It was the best or second best. Yeah, it's the second best model in the new era of Android Nokias. I got this in 2017, in December. Yeah. And I'm still using it in 2020. It's a rock solid phone. It still works perfectly. But sometimes it's lacking maybe, or then it's just my imagination and I think that I need a new phone, so I got one. But yeah, it has a Quad HD display. It's only 60 Hz, but in 2017 that wasn't that uncommon on a flagship phone to have 16 Hz display. But a Quad HD, that's really sharp pictures in there. But well, yeah, it has Snapdragon 835 with Adreno 630, if I remember correctly. It has a headphone jack, good cameras, good selfie camera. Well, that's a camera too, so maybe the first one will be enough. It has USB-C charging port. And I took this phone because of its size. I don't really like the large phones that much. I think this is really good for a hand. It has aluminium back, not glass, aluminium, metal. And it's really sturdy. It doesn't leak almost at all, and it doesn't have official IP rating, but it's blast proof, if I remember correctly. But I wish Nokia would go back and make these reasonable priced phones back that are flagships. I think this was 400 euros when I got it. It was on sale, but still it was really competitive price on a smartphone business. My other choice would have been OnePlus 6 maybe. I can't remember was the 6 or 5 or which OnePlus was it, but still. But I decided to go Nokia just because it's some kind of Finnish. The HMD Global that owns the Nokia brand is Finnish, so I think I can say this is a Finnish smartphone. It is really sad that Nokia 8.3 is a little bit a mess. It's a little bit of flop. It's just too expensive for the hardware you get with the 600 euros. You just get better phones with that money than a Nokia 8.3. But I still have hopes for Nokia that they will start to make great phones again in smartphone business. If the next Nokia 9 or 8.4 or 7.3 will be a nice phone, I just hope that they are. And it will be really nice that Nokia will be a great brand again. But well, I've enjoyed this phone really much. And soon this Nokia 8 will join with these hand gestures in front of a window where I like to put my old phones. Now I just have those headphones there just for a looks, but I will put my old phones for the looks. It's like a hall of fame of my daily drivers. And I will put all my daily drivers as long as they fit there. So yeah, maybe in next video you will see my new daily driver, and this will go to the window. But well, yeah, I think that is enough for this video. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you like this, put a thumbs up, and if you like it, subscribe for this channel. It's really nice if you subscribe, it will mean a lot for me. And well, yeah. God, there is dark. After I started filming, there was still some light, and now it's just dark. That's how it is when you live in Finland. I hope that I see you in the next video. So see you in the next one. Bye!